Hi, Abhimanyu. Today, SEBI has come out with a circular, some very important circular on mutual fund investments. What are the changes they have made? Can you explain?
Sure. Thanks, Sourav. Well, I think so. This new circular which SEBI has come about today evening, it's a game changer for the entire mutual fund industry and especially for a lot of stocks. So let me just tell you what exactly SEBI has said. What SEBI has said is that when you invest in a multi-cap fund, okay, then in that particular scenario, the minimum investment into equity and equity related instruments has to be 75% of the overall assets. Currently, if you have to be an equity fund, you could have only 65% allocation to equity assets. So you have to have mandatory, first of all, 75%. That is point number one. The number two thing which SEBI has said is that minimum investment that you need to do in a large cap is 25%,
Right.
in a mid cap is 25%, and in a small cap is 25%. So what exactly is the change that is likely to happen? If you analyze the industry right now, most of the funds have minimal allocation to these small caps and mid caps. In my estimate, there is a potential of allocation of close to 25,000 crores in case of small caps and more than 10,000 crores in case of mid caps because of this particular circular. This particular circular is valid from end of January. So basically the SEBI will come with a set of stocks which can be considered at end of December, and the fund managers will be given a time period of 1 month to do the change.
Okay.
Let me first explain to you what exactly is a large cap, mid cap, and small cap. A large cap is a company which is first to 100th in terms of full market capitalization. A mid cap company is between 101 to 250, and a small cap company is beyond 250. Now, the largest small cap company right now will be somewhere close to around 7,000 crore market cap.
Okay.
So basically in that segment, which is a sweet spot between 3,000 crore to 7,000 crore market cap, you're going to see a lot of action happening. The other change, which is likely, is that some of these mutual funds may have to change their entire policy and may have to close down as well. Let's see what the mutual fund industry reacts.
Okay.
Now, let me talk to you about some of the larger funds which are there in the industry. This Kotak Standard Multi-Cap Fund, which is close to around 29,700 crores of AUM.
Right.
Now, this Kotak Standard Multi-Cap Fund, it is more of a large cap oriented fund.
Right.
So it is quite possible that tomorrow with another large cap fund, the AMC might look at, merging those. In case of HDFC equity fund,
Right.
that particular fund also has a very large, exposure to large caps, and small cap is minimal there. Exposure would be somewhere close to 4%. Motilal Oswal multi-cap 35 fund, Aditya Birla Sun Life equity fund. These are some of the top 4 funds which have more than 11,000 crores of AUM, and they are multi-cap funds, and they need to identify what they want to do with fund, or they need to significantly increase their exposure to the small cap market, small caps. Now, one of the key things that people are going to ask is, if they invest, then which are the companies that they would be investing in?
Right.
Now, let me tell you that the other way to look at it is, what are the stocks that these particular funds are already comfortable with, and those funds, those stocks, they may increase the allocation going forward.
Okay.
So if you want, I can share some of the stock names. If you look at the mid cap side, then probably AU Small Finance Bank, Jubilant Foodworks, SRF Limited, Bharat Electronics, Ramco Cement, Balakrishna Industries, Power Finance Corporation, TVS Motors, Voltas, CAC, Crompton Greaves Consumer, and REC. These could be some interesting names from the mid-cap side. If you look at cap, where you see Weber, Lit India, Persistent System, KEC International, Commodity Exchange, which is MCX, Sheela Foams, India Mart Intermesh, Kalpatru Power, BEML, Bharat Dynamics, Strides Pharma. These are some of the companies which might get positively impacted with what has come. Now, let me tell you the downside of this particular event. The downside is that when the market goes down, then a lot of these funds will have problem in terms of selling these stocks, and they would be looking at selling these stocks. So there will be a lot of stress which fund managers will have going forward in terms of their ability to decide where to invest. Now, the maximum limit for them to invest in these funds for large caps will be capped at 50%. So that is something which is very critical for most of the players in the industry.
So, as you were saying, they are finding very good names in small cap and mid cap would be difficult. So, the concentration will be only in few companies. Is that you are indicating?
Absolutely. And what we are presuming, the list which I shared with you, are companies where already these particular funds, multi-cap funds, have a holding. So my assumption is that they will probably increase their weights in these companies.
Okay. How a customer is going to be affected?
From a mutual fund customer perspective, I think so. The multi-cap funds, which were considered more of a moderate risk funds, they get into the aggressive side. So I think so from an asset allocation perspective and a product allocation perspective, financial planners need to change allocations. If this does come true over next couple of months, then they have to focus on getting more into large cap oriented funds. SEBI has not clarified on focused funds, whether there would be a change on that. I hope that they don't change it because it's better for the fund manager to have as much flexibility as possible in terms of, where he wants to invest, looking at where the market is.
So is it going to change the market scenario? Like already market has run up a lot, and this is it going to immediately impact the markets in the next couple of weeks?
People have time till end of January. The list anyway will come in end of December, but you're not going to see fund managers looking at doing that investment at that particular point of time. So I think so it is probably at this particular point of time that fund managers will start planning over next couple of months to go meet companies, look at which are good small cap companies which they can allocate in their schemes. And as I told you, some of these schemes are so large, about 10,000 crore schemes are probably 5 of them. They have to really think whether they want to continue to be these multi-cap schemes or do they want to be a large cap oriented fund.
That is possible, right? They can change their...
They have to then merge with another fund. So that is quite possible. We had seen those kind of situations happening earlier as well.
Okay. And what could be the reason why this decision was taken?
So I think so what happened was earlier SEBI mandate, when they gave this list of top 100 stocks, then, how to classify large, mid and small cap. Ultimately, what it led to was in the market, no one was buying shares of these mid cap and especially small cap companies, which was leading to, the entire market getting skewed. So just, a figure to quote, Reliance alone market cap is equal to 70% of overall market cap of entire mid-cap companies. Forget about small cap company. So I think so this kind of concentration which happened in the entire market is what SEBI wants to tackle. And for that reason, I think so they have come with this new circular.
Okay. And so if the changes happen, then the mutual fund customers will be informed from their respective fund houses, right?
Absolutely. So they would have to be told if they do something in terms of merger or closing of these schemes. But if they continue and they do a change, then probably they have to abide by these rules by January next year.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you want to add something?
No, so I think so. This is a brilliant opportunity for investors to buy mid-cap, small-cap companies if they are looking at directly investing, because
Right,
the entire thesis of the market in terms of how they see mid-caps and
right.
small-caps probably might change because of this particular circular.
And is it going to also inspire the foreign institutional investors to look at these companies with?
So if there's an increase in liquidity in any stock, that leads to more interest from people. So obviously, maybe not right now, but
Right.
over a period of time, yes, liquidity in these particular stocks will increase. That might lead to more FIs being interested in these stocks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.